got a letter from my sister. Can I be okay if I read a letter from my sister? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
My sister. Dear Chaz. He calls me Dear Chaz. Just a few lines to let you know I'm still alive. I'm writing this letter slowly because I know you're a slow reader. If you don't receive this letter, please let me know as soon as you can. When you come back to visit, you will not recognize the house because we moved. Your brother has got a new job that he finds very satisfactory. He's got more than 500 people under him. He's a watchman at the cemetery.
Under him.
He came with me to the doctor yesterday, and the doctor stuck this small glass tube in my mouth and told me to be quiet, or to keep it closed and be quiet for about 3 minutes. Your brother offered to buy it. I sent you a jacket for Christmas, and to save on the postage, I cut off all the buttons. You'll find them in the right pocket. Some bad news, your Uncle Fred has passed away. He was flying in a helicopter. He felt cold, turned off the fan. Before he died, he gave a lot of money to charity, but he wanted to remain anonymous, so he just didn't sign the check. Last week it rained only twice, the first time for 3 days, the second time for 4. And it was so windy that the hen laid the same egg 5 times. Your sister Cheryl. P.S. I wanted to send you $100 for your birthday, but I'd already sealed the envelope. Okay. Well, this next contestant we have coming up today, this evening, much is written about and said about this individual, and she's here tonight to deny all of it. She's going to come up here this evening and sing a song in sign. She learned how to do this from her sister, who learned sign language in college. And she's been doing this for about a year, and I'd like you to give a nice, warm welcome for Angelica Roseville.
Yay!
That's right. I've got a talent. That wasn't the funny part. Well, I've got this talent of drawing, and I think I got this, I think it was on my mother's side, and I do caricatures. Anybody like their caricature done?
Yeah.
You want to stay right where you are, Conrad? Just, yeah, okay. That's what the artists do. There's no talking while I'm drawing.
Sorry, Kathy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You guys are good.
Well, yes. You want to see it?
I didn't know you were an artist. That's not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad at all.
Thank you.
Your glasses on.
He did a great job.
Let me see that
You like that? You can have that first.
Thank you.
You feel any brain waves? Well, I folded a card up in here, and I'm going to try to project the card that I selected, folded up in here, wrapped in rubber bands, hermetically sealed. We'll see if I can transmit the brain waves. Your name is? Esme? A hand for Esme. Okay, what card is it?
No idea.
Well, the first thing that comes to your mind, usually it's the first thing that comes to your mind, is the accurate.
Okay. 2.
No. Two of what?
Hearts.
Could you change your mind, please?
Oh. The number 2. I don't know.
Two of clubs? Is that your final answer? I'd like to go like that. Maybe the two of them. Well, thanks anyway. Wait. Some of these things work, some of them don't. We'll try it next time. All right, for our next act, we've got a trio, Joe, George, and James. What?
Joe didn't show up.
Joe didn't show up?
Call in sick.
Oh, okay. All right, our next act, George and James. Huh?
Sorry,
James didn't show up?
you got the same thing.
Oh. Our next act, George.
No, George, sorry.
You know, people think I'm just a magician. I was just asked today, how did you become a magician? Well, my parents wanted me to be a fortune teller. I couldn't see any future in it. But I do impressions. Here's an impression of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc. A Roman soldier ordering 6 drinks. A drunk, somebody who's had too much to drink, walking. We'll do that again. A drunk who's had too much to drink. A drunk who's had too much to drink during an earthquake. All right, well, our next performer, you might recognize this song if you were around in 1956. Great song. I remember this song quite well. You've ever heard the expression, some things are just meant to be? Have you ever heard that expression? True or not, some things are just meant to be. And sometimes people say, whatever will be, will be. Anybody speak French? Parlez-vous français? La plume de mon temps? Que sera, sera. That's how
Hakuna
to say
Matata.
whatever will be, will be. And this evening, we are privileged to have someone who has studied piano in kindergarten, sings around the house, very talented with a gift in singing, going to sing this evening a cappella without a mic. Singing a Doris Day song from 1956 by Jay Livingston and Ray Evans. Que sera, sera. Welcome, if you would, Jenna. Okay, we're our grand finale. And after we do this next act, we're going to have all the performers come up on the stage for a final curtain. Not that kind of final curtain. But for our next act, this next performer, actually two performers performing this evening, they asked me, they said, what if I come up there and they boo me? And I said, don't be silly, they can't boo and yawn at the same time. Hey, you said I could do a funny introduction.
Yeah, that's fine.
My performer's walking away from the stage, so I've got to ad lib. So while he's walking away from the stage, okay, talking about singing. Who's talking about singing? I'm going to talk about singing. A child says to his mother, when I grow up, I want to be a musician. She replied, well, honey, you can't do both. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Woo.
Woo-hoo.
Glad to hear you're excited. You know what you'd call this country if everyone had a pink car? A pink carnation. Somebody said you should write a book. I'm writing a book. I've got it started. I've got all the page numbers done. You ever been to Australia? You know they have those sticks that you throw. It's called a boomerang. You know what you call a boomerang if it doesn't work? A stick. Today, the companies are laying people off, and they're cutting costs, and there's strikes. There's all kinds of things. And the CEO, they hired the CEO to come into this company, and he comes in, and he's going to make an impression. He sees this guy leaning against the wall, and he goes over to the guy and he says, "How much do you make a week?" And the guy says, "I make $400 a week." Well, the CEO was feeling pretty good. He takes out $1,600 in cash and gives it to the guy, and he says, "There's 4 weeks' pay. Now get out of here." And that CEO was strutting around feeling pretty good. And after the guy left, he asked some of the employees, "What did that guy do?" They said, "Well, he was the pizza delivery guy." So the wife said, "I've got good news and bad news." The husband says, "Well, give me the good news." The wife said, "The airbags still work." One more. I'm going to introduce our next performer. Gas prices. Oh, my wife follows gas prices. We have to drive, some distance to get, the cheapest price. And you got to watch some of these gas stations. They charge a little extra money, 35-cent service charge, and you think you're getting that low rate. Well, this lady pulls up to the gas station, and these gas prices are so high. She pulls up to the gas station, and she asks for $2 worth of gas. The attendant just dabs some behind each of her ears. Okay, our next and final act, I'm proud to present. It's amazing about TV. Many people have given up newspapers for TV. They rely on the TV for their news. And I think TV is useful. I really do. It introduced me to fish sticks and Pop-Tarts. Till then, I never realized that fish had sticks. You've been a great audience. I'd like to bring all the performers up on stage for a final bow, if you'd be so kind to come up on the stage.